Hello everybody. Do we like the hand we have? We'll try it. Welcome to Tpull's Corner. This is Travis. We're playing Historic today against 250 card decks. And let's see, what other color do I want to have? I want to have red. In the meantime, eye twitch. The name of this deck is called Playing Dead. Sort of like when you tell your dog to do a trick. And we've got a splash of red to help us with our issues. And let's go ahead and send Valentin in again and see if they want to actually block it. Didn't think they would. And Archfiend's Vessel is a good one to come in next. And he doesn't want to attack. I would like some more land at this point. I feel like I kind of have to keep my mana dry for minions return now on Archfiend's Vessel. Our deck is designed around the idea of bringing things back from the grave, hence the name Playing Dead. And my opponent is just going to pump up the priest, I guess. Yeah, I did it wrong. I was moving too fast. Okay, we can bring him back. That's okay. We can still use the eye twitch for a chump blocker. I've got... Oh! Did you just quit? Did you just quit on me? How dare you? We are here to demonstrate these decks. I can't do that. Alright, let me go ahead and filter this stuff out. Let's see, we got black and red are our colors of choice. And how many decks do I have? Just one, Playing Dead. Alright. Only one deck with Dead in the name right now. Okay, so I did a deck previously, and I think I published it. We had Croxa. And I joked around that we were using Croxa like a yo-yo because he would go into the graveyard, we'd resurrect him and bring him back. We wouldn't use the escape right away, we'd just bring him back with resurrection spells and cause our opponent to discard again and do 3 points of damage. And so we kept bringing him back from the graveyard, bringing him back, bringing him back. And I wanted to do it again. We only have 3 Croxas, but we have some other spells that I wanted to meld in with this after a bit of time. A couple of Archfiend's Vessels we can bring back as 5/5 flyers. There's Ashnod's Intervention from Brothers War. This, when the creature dies or is put in exile, you actually return it to the owner's hand. So there's a way for us to get stuff back. If we have like an extra mana, we could put Croxa down, throw Ashnod's Intervention on it. Let's bring it back right up into our hand and cast it again. Eye Twitch from Strixhaven gets us into the sideboard. Gets us land if we need it. Gets us removal, artifact destruction, you know, that type of stuff. Exile, get back planeswalkers. All sorts of neat stuff. We've got a Feigned Death to return creatures from... just return it straight to the battlefield. If we do this on Croxa, then the opponent's going to have to discard 2 cards in the same turn. Same with Malakir's Rebirth. We've got 4 Shambling Gas to give us treasures, or get rid of 1/1s. Valentin, which we always seem to get on turn 1, which is awesome, Menace and Lifelink. Village Rites, there's a little trick with Croxa where you can hit full control, and before you sacrifice Croxa, you can Village Rite him. So you were going to lose him anyway. This way, you can at least get a couple more cards out of him. 1 Spikefield Hazard, 2 Fake Your Deaths, 1 Dreadhorde Butcher, which is also a red-black card, and I like him. 1/1 Haste. 2 Call of the Dwealth-Dwellers, again to get into our graveyard, get things back. Minions return. Return a card to the battlefield under your control. Same turn. Path of Peril. I suppose we could. We have Plaza of Heroes. We have Archway Commons. We've got Thriving Moor, so we could get a white mana in here if we need to. There's a couple of chances in case we need to destroy everything in a massive board wipe. Otherwise, if we're getting swarmed, we'll just use the 3-cost Path of Peril. Valakut Awakening. If I don't like the cards on my hand, I'll go get others. 1 Bedeviled to get rid of an artifact, creature, or planeswalker. 3 Agadeem's Awakening, which can be lands, or we can go back into our graveyard. 3 Gixian Puppets. When you draw your second card each turn, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. When it dies, return another creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And except for Terragrid, everything else is mana value 3 or less. We've got 1 Davriel Soulbroker, Mythic Rare Planeswalker. I thought it'd be fun to have him in there. And 2 Terragrids. If they sacrifice or discard stuff, we get it. 1 Allure of the Unknown. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Opponent exiles an online card, and that opponent can play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So, out of the 6 cards that they're going to get, what are the odds? If they play like a Kroxa, it's going to end up in my graveyard. If they get a Feigned Death, is that necessarily going to help them? So, I'm taking a risk here that I'm going to get 5 good cards, and the card that they would get won't be as useful to them as the other 5 are to me. And then, of course, we have 1 board wipe with Blood on the Snow, which is why we have snow-covered mountains and snow-covered swamps. And there's not a lot of snow, so I'm not really counting on getting much back. But, like I said, most of the stuff is 1, 2, or 3 mana, so we might still get something back from that. That's the general idea. Let's see how it plays in Historic. Remember, Explorer doesn't have the alchemy cards and stuff like that, so I don't think we could have Davriel in Explorer. In the meantime, if this is your first trip to Tpull's Corner, hit the subscribe button. That way you get notified the next time I come out with another video. I've been trying to do 1 a day. We've been pretty good for the most part. I'm not obsessed with the Guinness Book of World Records or anything. It's still kind of a hobby. I got a full-time job. I do have a family. I do have to go do other things on occasion. And I'm not quite 250 cards, but when you go to Historic, there's a lot of people. Oh, look, did I mention we tend to get Valentin on turn 1 a lot? Which I am not complaining about in the slightest. Oversized decks are a lot more common in Historic. And part of that may be because mill decks are a much bigger threat out here. And this guy is planning to use a lot of cheap 1 and 2 mana cost spells to pump everybody up. So we expect to see blue. Is that going to work? If we exile them, they can't come back through the embalm mechanic. They want to bring it back as a zombie later. If they have protection type spell, I want to make them do it now. There we go, they got a negate. Made him spend it early. Yes. Okay, what do we want to do next? I feel like we want to get rid of whatever's in their hand. We want them to discard a card. So we'll let that resolve. They're tapped out, so they gotta lose something. Hopefully not a land. Okay, Soul Transfer, that is excellent. And then we do Village Rites on the Kroxa. And this will get us 2 more cards, whereas before we weren't going to get anything without the trick. It nets us 1 positive, gets us deeper in through our deck, and no attacks. I'm not ready to lose Valentin just yet. 4 colors. Or no, that's 3, right? Yeah, he's got 3. That guy's a pain. What do we want to do here? I guess Field of Ruin is good to bring out. We might as well bring out Dreadhorde Butcher. That's about all that I can do. He's got 2 in a row. That is disgusting. So I'm going to have to block here. Just to get rid of one of them. One damage to you. And -1 counter to you. And we got rid of 1 threat, which was cool. And we can pay to get the pest. Archfiend's Vessel is a good enough card here, I think. Because of Minion's Return. So, we will do it. No counter spells. Excellent. So we get a 5/5 back. And it's time to bring this guy out. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. And hopefully we don't need any of those again for the rest of the match. They lose another card. Made it a tough choice. Verdant Rejuvenation. Ooh. And we're going to go ahead and attack. And they can try and peck us to death. They might still attack with the War Leader if they think they can get 5 1/1s through. But I think he'll try and wait. Yes. That doesn't help us right now. So we continue to attack. And I don't see why we don't just seek a card. Oops. Seek. Seek a card. Okay. And we emptied out our graveyard, so the cards we're getting are not the greatest right this second. The cards that he is getting are not the greatest. This is kind of fun. That one goes to the graveyard. We keep the one that's already there. We get rid of Baleful Mastery, which was awesome. And then we save that for next turn. We attack with you. Alright. We'll wait. I was thinking of bringing him back, but he's already out of cards. I'm hoping he just gets a land at this point. Hey! It's Wish Fulfillment Day here at Magic the Gathering. Doesn't bring out his War Leader. I will bring out the Shambling Ghast. And we will attack. Gross.
Enough with the mysteries. I've come for answers.
Sacrifice a creature. My pleasure.
Off you go.
-1 goes to you. I get to create a pest. That was really worth your while, wasn't it? Pass. Yes. Yes, yes. And now we get rid of this guy that gives you all that good stuff. And we go get another swamp. And if he'd attacked with Lane and War Leader, at least he would have gotten 2 more 1/1s out of it, and maybe 2 more life points, which he really needs. And maybe I should have just left the Field of Ruin alone. That's okay. Yeah, we got it done. We got it done, we got it done. Let's go, let's go! It's always amazing how much they slow down when they have 0 cards in their hand, isn't it? It's not like we have other things to do with our lives. Yes, do the Nexus, create a chain-link, whoop-de-doo. Congratulations. Call of the Death Dweller. Let's get them back. Let's get both of them back. We will keep... Oh, let's see. Death Touch goes on you. Menace goes on you. We keep this one. You lose 3 points automatically because you have nothing to discard. And next, we attack for 5 points of damage. And we ignore Liliana the Veil. See, aren't you glad we left her alone? We don't need to kill Liliana all the time. And that's the way the deck works. Rending Flame. I think I have 4 of those now. Alright, let's go in and we'll do one more. And whether you're a new or returning watcher, go ahead and consider hitting the like button. The worst it'll do is recommend our videos to you more often, but what I'm really looking to do, I think, is to get into other people's feeds so we can have other people have the chance to see what we're doing and come along for the ride if they'd like to. And I've got 2 lands, 3 if I count Spikefield. Alright. We're a cheap deck. He's got removal. Does he want to waste it on 1/1s? Or can I peck him to death? Green, red, and black. Hey! Hey, I have one of those! Let's go ahead and... No attacks, actually. If he wants to attack with that thing, I'm good at giving up both of my eye twitchers if I need to. What do you have? Well, what we have is Croxa and a Village Ray. So, what do you got? You got Orfeo the Boulder. I'm gonna pay, sacrifice Croxa, resolve everything, put down a Field of Ruin, And see if he's going to let the butcher through or if he thinks it's a nice trade. He should trade. Just to get rid of all of these 1/1 pests that block me. I'm willing to get rid of Valentin now. I think it's a fair trade. Dreaded Butcher just gets bigger as it goes otherwise. Which I'm also willing to live with, so either way. Either way, how do you want to play it, buddy? If he does trade, I would need another black monosaurus and one more land. So maybe I do put down Awakening as a land. Okay, he could put down a 2-mana spell for free if he's got it in his hand. Otherwise, he's scrying. Always forget on F the In Search of Greatness. Hello. That was a bit quicker than I thought it would be. Did we just win 3 in a row in Historic? Nice. Alright, we'll go in and show you the deck one more time. I don't want to overstay my welcome. You guys let me know in the comments if the battles went rather short unexpectedly like that. If it's okay with you, if I should just keep on going, if you want to see more fights or not. I know some people just want to see the deck tech and then they're like, oh, I've got the deck tech, I'm good, I don't even need to see the battles. Some people skip the deck tech and they go straight to the battles. But regardless, at the end, we always want you to get a chance to look at what we've got. I didn't have a chance to show off the higher stuff, right? We didn't see the Puppeteer or Daviel or Turgid or Allure of the Unknown. We never had a chance to use Blood of the Snow. It's like our entire deck might as well have been just the 1, 2, and 3 drops this time around. But sometimes that happens in Historic where you get a bunch of opponents that they've been around for a while, they know what's in their deck, and they don't feel confident that they can beat what's coming their way. Yeah, Croxa worked out well. All the resurrection spells worked out well. It's a nice little bunch of combos that all kind of work with each other. Arching Vessel is a great one to have in here if you got it. And the Eye Twitches are just great. The Flying Evasion makes them great. The ability to get into the sideboard and get an extra land makes it great. You could put 1 Plains in here if you felt like you really needed the help with Path of Peril. Sometimes I do that. I just didn't do it here. But other than that, I feel good about the deck. So we'll leave it there for now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one. Catch you next time.